Previously on Forgotten Gods. After gathering the remaining minor gods together for a final charge against the dark shadow forces of Forsentice, our gods bent the landscape of Arcadia to their will to bring themselves before the god of order, who enacted all of these atrocities on them. After engaging in combat with Forsentice and the zombified husks of the other major gods, he channeled the combined magic from those he had drained into a ritual that tore time and space apart, leaving our gods to carry on the fight in the ruins of reality, on floating rocks drifting through the astral sea. Find out what happens in this final installment of Forgotten Gods.
In the land of dice and fantasy, jump on board, we can guarantee there's a podcast that is so grand, where adventure is always at hand. So step through the portal and roll some dice. Step through the portal, the adventuring portal.
The world has disintegrated around you. You stand on chunks of rock floating in the astral sea. You see empty skies, pink and purple clouds, glittering stars stretching out. And above you and below you, you see thin images layered on top of each other. Below you, you see images of Arcadia. Stretching back, you see all of this battle. All of the battles undergone by your fellow minor gods. If you look down deep enough, you see it goes back to before all of this began. If you look down below these floating islands of rock in astral nothingness, you see the past, and stretching up above you, you see all the potential futures of Arcadia. You float in astral nothingness, frozen in a moment in time. We are still in initiative order. The battle is still ongoing. Forsentice has completed his ritual. He has deconstructed time and space itself across the entirety of Arcadia, and can now begin to reshape reality with him at the center, with him as the sole god of Arcadia and of Nerium, the mortal realm below. They are floating on separate bits of rock within this astral sea, and they're all trying to get back together. The past stretches below and the future stretches above, and what happens here could affect it all. We are at the top of the initiative order, and Forsentice is immediately
going to roll a d10.
Going to roll a d10. Oh, because he did fail.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, exciting.
What do you get?
5. The creature
Does nothing.
doesn't move or take actions. He does get to now try to break out of it. 18.
Yeah.
18. His confusion continues. That is Daara's turn.
I'm gonna fire another arrow at his face hole. But I'm gonna use one of my arcane shots.
Okay.
Okay? I only get 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use one of them.
Okay.
Which, so the one that I'm using is called Grasping Arrow, if you want to look it up. It takes an extra 2d6 damage, speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn that it moves 1 foot or more.
Okay.
Okay? And the brambles, like the scratching brambles that it creates,
Yeah.
they last for a whole minute, but anyone can remove them with an athletics check, including him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fire the longbow. 12 plus 12. It's 24.
Hits.
What's it? 23. 23 damage.
23
damage.
damage.
Nice.
Lovely. You fire this arrow. This arrow mixed with a whole bunch of different magics. Poison. You've got your druidic magic, so there's a little bit of fire within it. Comes flying across this astral space. Seems to bend and weave around little bits of rock, meteorites floating in the air. Space seeing is unreal in here. And your arrow finds its target, plunging into Forsentice's stomach.
His head.
Okay.
I'm aiming for the face holes.
You hit him right in the forehead, and there's a moment where he looks like a majestic, fiery unicorn before your wildfire dissipates and he just has an arrow. Ow. I really thought being the singular god would be easier than this.
You can give it up still.
Fuck you.
Bonus. Can I use my bonus action?
If you've not used it.
No, I have not. Fizzlebang is going to use his fiery teleportation to send him 15 feet across to a rock in the middle. And then, because I can fire my arrows from there. That's why.
Not a problem, mistress! Disappears and reappears on this tiny, just like a foot across.
Still on his lawnmower.
Still on his lawnmower.
Yeah.
He's had to kill the engine though, because if he goes forward even a little bit, it's just going to tip over this rock and he'll go falling into the abyss.
Good job, Fizzlebang.
Oh, it's all, thank you. It's a little precarious.
You'll be okay.
Oh, good. He immediately calms down and just sits there smiling. Forsentice is going to return the favor and use one of his legendary actions to fire an attack at you, Daara.
Ugh, what a loser.
What a bitch. That's a nat 20.
That's not gonna hit.
Oh, silver barbs.
Thank you.
He's still gonna hit, but it's not a nat 20. Well, he rolled a 28 to hit.
Can I have your advantage? Yeah, thanks.
23 hit points of damage.
Who wants 12 hit points?
I'm on 9.
Oh, okay, Zawabashi, you can have 12 hit
Thank you.
points.
Zawabashi. You are closest to Forsentice as you are toe-to-toe with him.
Zawabashi's still confused.
Zawabashi is still confused.
D10.
And we'll have to roll a d10.
That's a 9.
You can act and
You
move
can act
normally.
freely.
You can act and move normally. You can do...
I just... Unleash everything you got, because you might not get another turn.
Enlarge, reduce!
I don't have that anymore.
I'm gonna run up to the bitch, and I'm gonna fucking wail him. I'm gonna do a quarterstaff. Quarterstaff this motherfucker. Go. Fuck!
But you have it, you have the body.
No, it's a nat 1.
Oh.
It's okay! It's okay! We're going again!
Second attack.
Fuck!
What'd you roll that time?
3. So 14.
That's not here.
Key point. Do it. The hands. Flurry blows. The hands. Flurry hands.
Just the staff. Use the hand.
Go. Yeah. Unnatural 20.
That will hit.
Fuck you. Plus 5 is 10.
John is hyperventilating.
And we go again. That's an unnatural 20. That's D8 on the 8 plus a 5. 13. I'm gonna try to grapple the bitch.
Yes, so he again has to make
DC 13.
DC 13.
On a strength or dex, your
You
choice.
just deal 23 damage. That's awesome.
No, it's not enough.
Yeah, but it's still good.
He succeeds.
Bitch! That's my turn.
You're okay. You're alright now.
Could have done more.
Why make a wisdom saving throw?
Why?
Just do
So
it.
you can
Also,
get
you
rid
can
of
try to
confusion.
break out of confusion.
This you can use your bardic for.
Oh, sure. I'll wait to see what I
This
get.
you can use your bardic for.
I'll wait to see what I get first.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 16 on. Oh, wait, sorry. Wisdom saving. So 18 on its own.
Is not enough.
But
Okay,
your
so
will
bardic.
definitely do it.
Bardic, any number you get on it will be enough.
Which is 7.
Not confused anymore.
Confusion ends. You can now act freely on all your subsequent turns. Sprig.
I'm going to use my action to give myself that effect of the tail,
Yeah.
meaning that I can teleport 30 feet,
Yeah.
and teleport onto the, like, from my outskirty little island onto the main floating bit of rock.
Absolutely.
So that I am with, at least on the same plane or, area as Forsentice is. Then I'm going to just roll another tale. 2. This is called The Renowned Duelist. The gentleman raised up his sword, a bead of sweat upon his brow, to regain his honour and his word, and fulfill his sacred vow. His opponent stood with tilted grin, only 10 paces away. The referee called to begin. There was no more time to pray. One final thought passed through his head. My choice may not have been right. That thought was followed by a bullet of lead. Don't bring a sword to a pistol fight.
Very nice.
And so I now have that in the chamber to give to someone. I'm going to use the rest of my limited movement, because I am exhausted, to move forward. And that's my turn.
At the end of Sprig's turn, Forsentice is going to use another legendary action to attack Zawabashi. His jaw unhinges, mouth opens wide, stretch the top of his head, stretching upwards about 4 feet, creating this 4-foot cavernous mouth. He's going to try and clamp down, almost as if to swallow and consume you. If he cannot take your magic through the umbilical cord, to swallow you whole and physically consume your magic.
Ew, stop deep-throating everyone for sentence.
Nat 20.
Damn.
How many hit points do you have?
21.
Silvery barbs.
You're close enough now to silver
I am
barbs?
now. I'm now close enough.
Okay, that makes it a 19 to hit.
It's not crit damage, though.
It's not crit damage, no. I was ready to roll 6d6.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just 8 hit points of damage. And you are now grappled.
That's exactly what you wanted.
He's grappling you.
Yeah.
As he attempts to swallow you.
That's exactly what you wanted.
Mallory.
I'm going to move. I can only move 15 feet, but I want to just move 15 feet closer. And I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to use Dispel Magic to get rid of him being able to do bonus action spells. Flow time on myself for my bonus action.
Fantastic. That is back around again to Forsentice, who is going to roll that d10. 5.
Yes!
Nothing?
No movement or action.
That's great.
Does he need
Worth
to
it.
roll a wisdom?
He does, yes. Now gets to roll a wisdom save.
I don't have more reactions.
21. He rolled on that one. So he's now broken the confusion, but has lost that turn. It is your turn, Daara.
I'm going to use my movement to get to the other side,
Yep.
because I have 30 feet.
I'm going to need acrobatics or athletics for you to jump across all of these floating islands without plummeting into the abyss.
16.
We'll get you across.
Amazing. And I'm going to just fire another arrow at him with
Amazing.
my cantrip, if that's okay.
Yep.
29 to hit.
29 to hit will absolutely hit.
Okay. 21 damage.
21 damage. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Is there a particular place you would like this?
I wanna hit him in the neck so that he'll hopefully gag and drop Zawabashi.
I'll allow Zawabashi at this moment to make an opposed athletics check against Forsentice.
I got a 14.
No, you are still grappled in it. Using one of his legendary actions, Forsentice is going to summon from the air around him a group of meteors start to swirl around him. He is going to fire off 2 meteors. He's going to fire one at the little rocky outcropping that Daara and Fizzlebang are currently standing on, and he's going to send one towards Sprig Diggins. So I need everyone here to make some dexterity saving throws, please.
24.
Oh, well done, well done.
Both of mine are 24s.
Then they both succeed.
Yes. Fizzlebang lives to see another day.
Well, what's Fizzlebang's hit points? What's your druid level?
5.
5. So, Fizzlebang has 30 hit points. The three of you, Fizzlebang, Daara, and Sprig Diggins, are all going to take 8 hit points of damage. From the meteors, they have crashed into the ground directly underneath your feet, causing the earth underneath you to explode. You go flying, hit the ground, roll back up onto your feet. It's 8 hit points of damage.
Zawabashi can take 4 hit points of healing. What?
Can't wiggle out.
Go.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your turn, Zawabashi.
Oh. That's 19.
19 to hit? Will hit.
14 damage?
14 damage?
Yep.
Wonderful.
Second quarterstaff. Shit. 17.
Does not hit.
Fuck. So I'll do only one unarmed strike, but this one I'm burning a key point to add stunning strike. 14 plus 9, which I feel like is going to over me the threshold of 20.
14 plus 9?
Yeah. 23.
Is 23, yeah.
Which then, I'll burn a key point then to add stunning strike, which is that you just need to make a con saving throw of 14. I'm just going to add the damage.
Fail.
Nice. He's stunned.
So, the damage... Oh, fuck, that's not good. The damage is just 6.
You can reroll the damage die.
Oh, I can. Holy shit.
Savage attacker.
Take it. 10
10?
instead.
Yep.
And then you are stunned until the end of my next turn.
Does stunned affect legendary actions?
He can't do anything until the end of your next turn.
Yes.
Amazing.
So you slip out of the grapple.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, cool. Get out of the mouth. Love it. Great.
So you slowly slide out of
Yeah.
it.
Gross.
My turn?
Yep.
I'm going to cast Hex as a bonus action. And I'm going to give him disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast and hit him with 2 Eldritch Blast attacks.
Amazing.
22 to hit the first one.
Yep.
30 on the second one.
Yep.
So 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. Amazing. Well done. Well done. He has slumped back against a rocky outcrop, and you are now just pummeling him with spells. He is completely incapable of defending himself at the moment. He still has a life in him. You still see him thrumming with magic. He is not down yet, but you are carving huge chunks of life from him. Mallory.
Balrog's doing big swings, so Mallory's going to summon Greater Demon, and I would like to summon Beelzebub, the demon that we saw
The one who
that wanted to kill
us.
Felix II.
Yeah. Yep.
So I roll initiative for it, nat 20. For its initiative, which is great. I'm bottom of the order, so it'll be top of the order.
Go next.
And then I'll bonus action, blow time on myself. And so now it is my, it'll be Beelzebub's turn.
Whoa! Holy shit! What? Where am I?
Attack, no actually, it's a free action for me to command. It'll be like, attack Forsentice, the god in front of you, the one in the suit.
Yeah. So he appears and whoa! Where am I? Where?
Attack Forsentice.
Hey, you're the guy whose bodyguard I killed.
Yeah.
Crazy, how have you
Hey,
been, man?
I'm good, yourself?
Yeah. You want me to kill this
Yeah,
guy?
I'd love it.
Huge, meaty hands just straight down to the top of Forsentice's skull.
Fantastic. An 11 won't do it. Ooh, 18 plus 7, 25.
That'll hit.
Yeah, and the third attack. 20, not nat.
That'll hit.
Awesome. Okay, so that's 3 plus 4, 7 with a bite, and then another 7 damage with a fist.
So 14 in total.
Yeah.
Wonderful. This demon just wrecks shop. Is tearing into Forsentice's flesh, pulling him up from his slump position on the ground, biting into his neck, pummeling his kidneys. Forsentice being tossed around like a rag doll. That is Beelzebub's turn. Oh, he gets a charisma.
Oh, yeah, he
Saving
gets a
throw.
charisma save, so I said Beelzebub, so he does it with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
-1. 1. Modified 1.
Great. Forsentice's turn, he misses it because he is stunned. Daara.
Let's go. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray, and I'm gonna direct all of the rays at Forsentice. Okay?
Yep.
What's 17 plus 6?
23.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 damage?
Yep.
Yes?
Fantastic.
Yep.
And I want to use bonus action. Fizzlebang is going to do the same thing. So he's going to make his Flame Seed attack, which is a range of 60 feet. He's within range, which is an 18 plus 6. So 8 damage.
You and Fizzlebang are joining the fight here, marching forward, both just summoning all of your wildfire abilities and slamming into. He is being burned on one side, punched in the head by a demon on the other. Forsentice is falling. Zawabashi, it's your turn. You are standing face to face. Well, not quite face to face because he is incapacitated, slumped on the ground.
Yep.
Drooling.
Face to crotch, realistically, at the moment.
In taking a step back, it's like, again, like hitting a baseball off of the
D-ball.
stick. Yeah. It's like D-ball. I'm gonna go and smack with my quarterstaff again.
Roll for an attack.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's
that's done.
27 to hit.
That will hit.
13 for the first hit.
13 damage.
13
Oof.
damage.
Yep.
And then in the same way that I've just swung it right round, because he's stunned, I may as well do a full 360 and come back around and do the exact same smack again.
Spin attack.
Spin attack. Oh shit.
Advantage?
19.
Advantage?
Okay. Wow. Shit. That's 22
22 will
to
hit.
hit. 10 damage.
Oof. Yep, okay.
And then I'm gonna. So my bonus is just I can punch him in the. I'll do that. I'll
bonus
do
punch?
another 360 and
Yep.
punch him in.
So you're just pirouetting on the spot. Smack, smack.
2 with the quarterstaff, last one with a foot.
Yep.
Abusive pirouetting.
That was a 19 on the dice, but I'll just re-roll again just to see. I'll take the 19 plus 9
For 28?
for yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit. It's even more than the previous two.
Which is a 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. And then I'm going to spend one more key point to try for stunning strike with that punch.
Didn't you just stun him this round? Oh, you're going to stun him for the next round?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the stun would end this round.
Yep.
We'll end in just a second if he
Doesn't get stunned again.
Did you say it was 8 damage?
Yes.
Oh, sucks. If he got 9, he'd be dead. Oh, well.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh.
Don't believe that for a second.
No. Don't play with my emotions.
We should have played along and been like, damn it, because then if this stun works, then we just hit him with anything.
Fantastic stunning strike, so he needs to do a saving throw for
Con
that.
save DC 14.
Save DC 14. Yeah, he succeeds.
Fuck.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'll keep pirouetting and hope that.
He awakens to see a monkey pirouetting in front of him. Forsentice awakens. His eyes roll back, forward into their sockets, and he looks at the carnage around him, the demon, the pirouetting monkey, magic being cast from all directions. He very calmly rises to his feet. So this is all that you have to offer me. You offer me what? The violence of mortals? I offer you a chance for your magic to live on infinitely. To become part of the divine right to choose kings. To lay waste to... Shut up and let me talk! Just once, let me get off a monologue. And then it's fine, we can have a back and forth. What's the point of an evil plan if you don't get to monologue about it? Yeah, I know I'm evil, I don't care at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in what he's got to say. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I know I'm not going to agree with it, but I want to listen to it because I know it'll just make me angry.
Like reading right-wing stuff on Facebook.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
this asshole believes what?
Yeah.
I will kill you two less painfully than her.
I'm just still
spinning.
Like all you hear is a very quiet.
Wait.
I'm waiting till you're done.
Like the music's dropped out in the middle of a ballet, and you still just hear all the squeaking.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still on wait.
Fine. You have made your choice. You choose violence of the flesh, material pains. I will assure there is not much further you can do for me in that regard. He begins to float above the rest of you. Not enough for an opportunity attack to to be required. Just about 5 feet roughly into the air. And you see the air around him begins to shimmer and change. The air, like on a hot day, that shimmering air starts around him and then continues into his body. And soon enough you realize that he is taken on a new godly form as he continues to manipulate the world around him here in this place between reality, between moments in time. And whatever angle you look at him from, you see him direct on. It is like he is only the front-facing part of him in all directions.
Oh, guys, I'm worried. He keeps staring at me. Is that
His
happening?
eyes follow you.
Is
It's
that
like
anyone?
a painting.
Is that
Not just his eyes, his whole body seems to follow at all times, no matter what direction you're looking for.
Is that happening
from
to
all
anyone
of
else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like spinning super quick, but it's almost as if he's just the one tracking eyes every time I come back to it. I'm gonna stop. I feel really sick.
He reaches hands out, claps them together, and the island floating in astral nothingness curves in on itself and almost folds up like a book to slam all of you shut tight within it. I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from the whole party.
22.
22,
26.
26,
11?
11,
I got a nat 1.
No!
a nat 1.
Oh yeah, I've still got my unlock feat. Zawabashi, you can reroll.
Come
If
on.
they saved, I'll take 0.
23.
23. Fantastic. So 3 of you have passed. Mallory has still failed.
Yeah.
Mallory sees it happen. He's like, oh no, I gotta get out of the way. And sees Zawabashi, also, not gonna make it. And, throws his, bad luck magic. And as he does, he turns and slips on a banana peel that's appeared. And then just sits at a worse angle that you'd want to get crushed at.
So I'm going to need Sprig, Diggins, Zawabashi, and Daara all to take 14 hit points of damage.
Oh, I'm down.
Oh, sorry, 0 for Zawabashi because of his ability. 28 hit points of damage to Mallory.
Sweet.
Down.
Can I still give someone 7 healing?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay. Who would like...
Someone who went down. Oh, can you give it to someone who went down and bring them back up? Or is it instantaneous?
Yeah, she's done that already before. Give it to somebody who's gone down.
Give it to this guy.
Give it to this guy. This guy can heal.
Yeah, you
And you're
you
next.
can heal. I'm gonna give it to Sprig.
As the world unfolds again to return to that platform, only 2 of the 4 of you remain standing. Oh, and your demon.
Oh, yep. Concentration breaks
Oh,
on
what
that.
about my guy?
Concentration will break on that. Fizzle bang.
Yeah.
You absolutely can roll for Fizzle bang.
14.
14 fails. He takes 28 hit points of damage.
Brad, you said that underneath all of these rocks and things, it's the past we can see.
You see, yes, ultra thin, layers of silk so fine they are transparent. All stacked on top of each other, stretching down into infinity. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, years. All of your lives overlapping, spreading down underneath you and above all potential futures for all of you and Arcadia and the land of Nerium.
Is there any pattern or rhythm to it, or is it just us that we see it? Can we see Forsentice's line of...
Let's roll for it. Can you do a perception or investigation check for me, please?
17.
17. You look down and with the word Forsentice in your head, you start to see what, again, like transparent silk. It's all in shades of whites and greys. But as you think Forsentice, some of these layers spring to life with colour, and you can see Forsentice's pass mixed in amongst all of the images that stretch out beneath this floating island. Sprig Diggins.
He's still flying up. Is he floating?
He is still floating, about 5 feet above the ground.
Hit points? Out.
I'm down.
Out.
0.
I need to bring you up so you can heal him.
Yeah.
I've got this ability called Healing Light as a celestial warlock. I will channel the power of my deity / patron / self to give Daara for a d6 1. 1 point of healing. It was worth it.
I'm on 1 hit point.
You said he's still up in the air?
He is, yes.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast it for Forsentice.
Wonderful.
24.
Will hit.
Alright. 10 damage for the first one. 30.
Will hit.
13 damage for the
13
second.
damage for the second one. You release 2 Eldritch Blasts that just seem to carve neat, perfectly circular chunks out of Forsentice. Not the ragged wounds of flesh, but the perfect abstracted whole, as if just poking a finger through time and space.
Does he
itself.
seem to be, is there an emotional response to that at all?
There was before when you were hurting him, but now that he's risen and has taken on this weird, you see the front of him no matter what direction you're looking from, there is no emotional recognition of harm. You have in some way harmed him. There is physically less of him there, but he does not register it.
Okay.
Mallory, you are still unconscious. Mallory, you are falling into unconsciousness, dying. Life is flashing before your eyes.
I'm used to it.
You've been here before.
Yeah.
So there's probably
I really thought becoming a magic god this had happened less.
with life flashing before your eyes, is there a particular memory in a state such as this that Mallory would go to for comfort? It can be something that's happened during this campaign or something that happened beforehand, but is there a memory that he would gravitate towards?
It's odd with Mallory, because it's not until recently that he's actually had good, fond memories.
Yeah.
So, the fondest memory he would go to would have been when we just appeared in Wickless and people were pleased to see them.
Yeah.
But then I think just, being the god of chaos, they would almost just, rapidly fire through all these different memories and find times that were quite similar, where there was a big Oktoberfest party at that same beer hall, and Mallory was in charge of adjusting a light and brought the entire lighting rig down and landed, and a big cake flew off landed on one end of a table, which catapulted a cake onto someone.
Yeah.
Causing a huge food fight that they were felt awful and embarrassed about, but can almost distance themselves from it now and see there was obviously the lighting designer and the person who made the cake are going to be upset, but then people who were kind of back from it got a laugh from it.
Yeah.
And the food fight was quite fun, and so some people look back on that fondly, and that sort of warms Mallory looking at moments.
So you slip into this memory. Mallory standing atop one of these long tables, food flying in every direction around you.
Felix was there.
You see Felix.
Somehow, nothing has hit him.
Nothing has hit him. He's bouncing, singing, dancing, cheering on the food fight. He runs up to you and he puts his hands on your shoulders. Big smile on his face. Oh, did you do this?
Yeah, I was trying to adjust the light up top, and
no, this is great. This is great.
The person who was about to sing looks really annoyed at me, and the baker.
Don't worry about them. We're not ones for schedule. We take life as it is, one moment at a time.
Okay.
You remember Felix running off after that. But that's not what happens next. Not in this version of the memory. The memory is changing now. As his legendary action, Forsentice, invoking that magic of Wickless that you have seen in previous memories of stretching his body out. Forsentice now, possessing that magic, stretches one arm impossibly long down over the edge of this island and down into the images of the past below. You see his arms stretch and disappear as he enters this memory. This moment of the past, Forsentice accesses it and begins to change it. And where Felix is meant to let go of your shoulders and rejoin the party, he stays there now. Fingers grip hard into your shoulders, and his eyes begin to swirl with the madness that you have seen in Forsentice himself. He grips hold of you. Forsentice's voice comes out of Felix's mouth. There's still time for you. You could join me. You could become part of me, Mallory. Don't you want to hear the choirs, the voices that tell us that this is the right way, this is the order of things? Don't you want to hear them, to please them, to join the choir, to join me in everything?
I mean, I don't really want to die, but what part of my power would you ever actually want to use?
It's not about using your power. Your power will become part of me, and then it's used all of the time, always. The barriers between this power and that, this domain and that, is gone. There is just Forsentice. You could be Forsentice. We could be Forsentice.
Well, I mean, if I was Forsentice, I'd probably just give everyone their power back. Can we do that?
Felix pulls their hand back, reaches into your chest. His paw, seeming easily spreading the fur and flesh of your chest like butter, reaches in and grabs your heart. No. It's too late for that now. There is only one way this story ends.
I really don't think you want my magic. And I know I'm dying.
Yeah.
But Kamali just unleash as much chaos as he can. Like, just really, like, he always feels like he's always been trying to hold his magic back.
Yeah.
Can he just kind of just let it go?
Can you do an Arcana check for me?
It's a nat 20.
Are you for real?
Oh!
A nat 20.
Yeah.
You absolutely release all of this chaotic magic into you. You give him what he wants. You give him your magic.
Yeah.
And he hates it. And you now all see where before an eldritch blast through the center of his stomach caused no reaction, now with his arms stretched out, you see crackling, that sort of dusty, almost dandruff magic of Mallory creep back up the arm, and his eyes turn to fear. His mouth elongates and he lets out a wretched scream as pure chaos magic is flooded into him. I think he's going to have to start rolling wild magic rolls if he wants to try and do anything from here on out. On a nat 20, are you happy with that?
Is that good or bad for us?
I think you
Can
should.
I get any control on that wild magic?
What are you thinking?
Because it's like it's tied to me. I was also picturing like Mallory at this point has like lightly levitated off the ground where he's close, but he's actually showing like signs of force. He's actually the neatest he's ever looked.
The order comes in.
The orders come in because it's just kind of like it's like a water flow where it's like I've just like pushed it so it's got to flow back into me.
Nice.
So he's looking as neat as ever.
Nice.
So like if I could roll wild magic things and then pick whether they happen to me or him.
Here's what I'll do. I will, whenever he rolls wild magic, he rolls twice, and you choose which of the two.
Yeah.
I will allow that.
That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
What he has used this... Yes. What he has used this legendary action to do is reach in the past and to try to change your past and to kill you in a moment before this ever happened. You will roll this death saving throw with disadvantage.
Gross.
Gross.
That's good. I mean, I didn't waste that nat 20.
No, I mean, that's...
Oh, yep, they both fails.
So that's one failure for Mallory. That goes up to, now top of initiative order, Beelzebub.
Fantastic.
Yes!
I was reading through it. I roll a D, since I've lost concentration, I roll
Yep.
a D6. That's how many turns he'll stay around before he's sucked back in.
Amazing.
And he attacks the nearest creature to him.
Which, let me just...
Technically both.
6 turns.
6 turns?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, he's equidistant from both Forsentice and Zawabashi.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll D20. Jonathon. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds? So if I roll odd, Forsentice will get 2 of the hits. If I roll even, you will get 2 of the hits.
Okay.
I've rolled a 19. You will take 1 hit. Forsentice will take 2.
14 plus 7. 21.
You bitch. Yeah.
You bitch. You bitch.
Only 6 damage.
Do I want to reduce it?
That's only a
No, fuck it. I'll use it now.
12.
1 hit.
Yeah. Oh, and that's into the 20s.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. And that's 10 damage on the bite.
Oof.
Piercing.
Yeah. Good hit. Good hit. Forsentice. Not 20.
Silvery barbs.
Cool. That will still, even with silvery barbs, will be 25 to hit. Okay, he rolled really poorly. It's 15 hit points of damage.
You're alive.
On 2. We're on 2.
That's more than Daara.
It is Dara's turn now, though.
Woo! I'm gonna move over to Mallory, and I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on him. 9.
Dope.
You have second wind.
I know, I'm saving it.
What for?
Fair enough. Okay, well, I will second win then.
The second wind.
I've only got 1, so I hope I roll well. 3.
7 points. That's good.
Okay. Well, let's get another little legendary action. His turn has passed. He can do again. Raises his hand. Again, brings around these meteors of rocks around him.
Is this a spell? Like, it's a legendary action, but is he casting a spell?
He is casting a spell.
Yeah, counter spell.
Fantastic. He will counterspell your counterspell. He's going to fire these little meteors out at...
I did mine at a 4. I had to do mine at a 4th level, so technically he does have to roll to do it.
he rolled 16 on the die
Yeah,
before he... Yeah. Okay, he's going to send 2 meteors out. Can I get Mallory, Daara, and Sprig to all make dexterity saving throws, please? And Fizzlebang.
25.
Oh, that'll succeed.
19.
Yeah, that will succeed.
Alright, I need y'all to know that I rolled twice, once for me and once for Fizzlebang, and one of them is a nat 1.
It's been good to know Fizzlebang. Yeah.
He's going. I rolled a 19.
Okay. Success. All 3 of you succeeded. So that is
Fizzlebang's dead.
I'm still gonna go down.
8 hit points of damage to all of you who succeeded.
I'm still up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm down. Again. 8 hit points.
8,
That's
yes.
all I have.
Daara is back down. How's Sprig going?
I have 2 hit points.
2 hit points left. Daara is back down. Mallory is still standing. Fizzlebang obliterated. He's going to get off his spell, but he's also going to surge.
12.
18.
12 and 18.
12 and 18.
You can change his height,
Yeah.
or you can make him grow a long beard made of feathers.
Beard.
Beard. He releases this flurry of little meteors that crash, knock Daara unconscious, kill Fizzlebang. And as he looks down upon the destruction he has wrought, just several chickens worth of white feathers erupts from his chin. The fuck? What?
Oh, it goes away after a while. Don't worry about it. It should be fine.
I hate this.
Well, that's good. This is what I've lived like for hundreds of years.
It's awful. It's awful. You should have complained.
Ah, it's alright. You know, people have it worse.
Not for long. I'll make life better for everyone.
I don't think you will.
You won't be around to find out, so it doesn't matter. Zawabashi, your turn.
Okay.
Heal us.
I found you.
I know.
I could punch you. I can do that much. What are our thoughts on me trying to fuck with time?
Yeah.
Can I just ask, these wisps, because we're in like a floating island among other broken up pieces of land, and the wisps make up the infinity around us, right? Meaning that there's only so much of them we can reach. Like he stretched out his arm, with his, like Wickless could, stretchy arm to try and reach them. But for us, they're not all on the surface.
No.
Okay.
To access,
You'd have to like leap off.
this is a leap of faith.
But he does not have a reaction to hit you, so you can just run.
Oh, but I would have to punch your.
No, you wouldn't have to. He used his reaction to counterspell my counterspell.
No, your demon.
Oh, yeah,
Because it's right next to
Yeah,
you.
he
Yeah.
would.
It'll take us right.
But that
Adam knows it well. Like, oh yeah. Oh.
I can't just punch you with my bonus action and be like, Bob, sorry. I might fuck with maybe trying to connect to when they left Nerium after their loss. Because I feel like that's the pivoting point.
So
We took
you're
care of
going to
it.
jump off the cliff?
Is that where I need to go for these wisps?
If you want to go that far back, you would need to leap into the abyss, and we would need to do some sort of roll to see if you even land where you wish to land.
And if you fall into the abyss,
Yeah,
you're gone. Sawabashi's gone.
Is it like if you dive in, that's
You gone.
you're done?
You could.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's
if
like
you don't
jumping
You-
into a black hole.
You don't know. You don't know for a fact that if you dive down there, you will even be able to do this thing, and you don't know what lies on the other side.
I'm gonna look around to all of you. You're
Oh,
down?
damn.
You're down.
Look into Sprig's eye.
Daara,
We're actually looking at Daara. We're looking at Daara at the moment, so we're not actually paying attention to what you're doing.
Okay.
Because Dara's unconscious.
I've turned around. I somehow have a tie on now. It's very neat. But it's a real neat bow tie, but every now and then it swirls. It doesn't swirl.
There's a tiny ride-on lawnmower that's on its side wheels, still spinning.
Oh no, that's fizzle bang! I step over your dead body.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to punch Adam's demon.
You gotta.
I
You're gonna get a
need
swing
to,
in.
I need to make sure. Okay, that's an 18 on the dice.
Yep.
Yeah, that hits.
13
That's an
damage. I'm gonna look around to all of you. Poor Daara on the floor.
Dara, no!
I think I'm just gonna say, whatever happens, I love you all. And I'm gonna dive.
You're gonna dive. You're aiming for something in this dive. For a moment. A memory held within Forsentice. What's the moment you're aiming for?
I think it's where... I want to say it's the moment after they've fought Solinar and lost. And they're coming back. Or I suppose leaving.
They're returning to Arcadia, leaving Nerium in the mortal realm for the last time. So they've already distanced themselves for a number of years. They've come back to fight, and now they're returning.
Like a bunch of losers. We didn't lose to Solinar.
What is either Zawabashi's highest stat, or what do you think is the stat he would most closely rely on? How does he express his godhood, his powers?
I cut my losses and just say wisdom, which is a +2, which I know is stupid instead of taking the +5. But
And your proficiency, so it's
And my
still +6.
still +6. That's a 2 on the dice, which is 8.
I'll use my unlucky again.
I'll let you use your unlucky.
Yeah.
Fuck. God damn it. Fuck, it's the same rule!
2 again!
That is crazy.
That is genuinely devastating. Fuck.
2 twice in a row.
You fall through hundreds of years into thousands of years. You see the moment you're aiming for rush up towards you. You reach out and your hand slips through. Ghostly, unable to touch it. And you fall deeper and deeper into this astral nothingness. You see the island disappearing above you, shrinking into just a dot until it blends in with the blackness of the stars above. And you keep falling. Back to a time when these were the gods of Nerium. When they ruled everything, you fall back to the creation of the mortals themselves. Back to a time when it was just the 8 major gods. Before Kiorva and Astara left them, you fall, and you fall to a time before even then. To a time of nothingness. You fall before the beginnings of the universe itself, and there you stop. Like the ground has rushed up to meet you because there is no further to go. Time has not yet started. And as soon as you hit it, you bounce back like a trampoline. You hit the beginning of time, and time starts. A small explosion. In the distance, the creation of distance itself. And 4 figures emerge, the creator gods. The sun, the moon, the earth we know, and that which lies between. Those that existed before the major gods themselves. Emerge from this little bit of light. You see them dance across the empty nothingness. Stop partway through their dance, all whisper to each other, and then turn to look at you. And you see that bald man with the tan that you met on that lakeside taking his daughter home, taking Verissa home after her death. Smiles at you and says, "You're not meant to be here yet."
Yeah, I kind of fucked up.
What a response.
Yeah, you'd have to get all the way here. His wife, this woman with beautiful silver hair floating around her, this wonderful pitch black gown that shimmers with little bits of silver, like sequins that you can't see, comes over to you and takes your hand. He has told me all about you.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Time is so weird.
Time is weird. Sometimes I regret we ever came up with it.
So you probably know then how all of this ends already?
Yeah. But you don't yet. That's exciting.
Yeah. I don't know, got any words of wisdom for me before, I don't know, whatever the fuck happens after this? Because am I just slowly floating away from them as as time's going?
Yeah, you are slowly floating. As time is going, you're getting further and further from them. What do you think should happen next?
The cliche thing to say is that we win, but, when you throw a rock in a pond, it makes huge ripples, and those ripples can turn into a huge tsunami later. And we're just up shit's creek, and I think we either just need to survive the tsunami or somehow try to calm it, divert it.
The creator gods look at each other. One of them, this tall, a little bit lanky man with crazy black curly hair, reaches into a pocket of his coat, flicks a coin, travels up through time to land in your hand. Survive it all, or calm the tsunami? Heads or tails? It's your choice. And you begin to float back upwards through time again. Sprig. We're going to leave Zawabashi there for a moment.
Sprig is going to recite a poem.
Yep.
Real quick. This is an acrostic poem.
Yep.
Dope. Back to the roots.
Back to the basics. Come on and bring your best. Are you ready to win this test? Now is not the time to burk. About time we got to work. I don't want to die here today. This guy cannot get his way. He represents all that suck, made manifest into one big cuck. And now we fight for what is right. Not for power or money or might. Do it for those who believe. Only faith will help us achieve. Let their hope make us strong. In their name, we kill this Don. And that's a canaith mandolin, one of the instruments of the bard.
Amazing. I'm going to allow it.
Great. I step over to Daara and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level, which is stored in this mandolin.
Amazing.
19 hit points to Daara.
Amazing.
Thank you so much!
And then I'm going to look around, see that Zawabashi is gone, and panic and dive off the cliff.
You're also diving off the cliff? What are you aiming for?
I'm going back to before Colin was destroyed. And I want to find Colin on his ship post that meeting with Forsentice.
The one where he said, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Or a roundabouts then where he's alone.
Yep.
But before he's destroyed. To visit Colin.
Same as with Zawabashi. This is a leap of faith. You may choose the stat which you think best represents.
Pretty sure it's charisma.
Hard to argue with that for Sprig Diggins.
That's a 15.
I think 15. This doesn't feel like quite as consequential a moment as what Zawabashi was aiming for. I'm sure you've got something planned, but at least from the outside. Because you're going for after the meeting with Forsentice. Forsentice is not there, you're not engaging with him directly. Then I will say on a 15, you go soaring down through all of these memories, whipping around, and you manage to find these little shades of blue amongst all of the grey. Direct yourself towards it, and you hit it. The tip of your finger touches this little wisp of memory, and then you're standing on a ship in the Sea of Colin. You see Colin, this pirate captain, broad of shoulder, bushy-bearded, hands clutching the railing of this ship so hard you can hear the wood cracking. This has been a stressful moment for him. Forsentice has just left.
Hello, sir.
What? Sorry, I was just admiring the sea.
Sure. There's quite a lot of it out here. You don't know me. I'm just I'm from the future. My name's Sprig. I am the future god of poetry. I come from a time in the future after Forsentice kills you and Morgrin and releases a black death upon all of us. So yeah, I just wanted to come back and have a chat and kind of give you a heads up and maybe give you some advice.
Alright.
We have it on pretty good authority. You do not enjoy it here. And so you may not appreciate being destroyed for Forsentice's maniacal plans, thoughts.
I think you're pretty crazy to start off.
Sure.
Can I get a persuasion check from you?
You sure can. 29.
I think you're crazy. I see you speak sincerely. I don't know if it's truly held insanity or facts that you're expressing to me, but I believe that you believe it.
My purpose in coming here, currently me and my few friends are fighting Forsentice at the kind of end of all time, and I've elected to come back here to try and save you. So I'd just like to advise you to run away. Run away now before he can take you out. I feel like it won't change too much in the grand scheme of things, but it may save your life and remove a portion of his power when time comes around. It sounds like you never wanted to be part of this, or if you did, you no longer want to be part of this. So my purpose in coming here is to try and save your life and, in some small way, give us an edge.
Right.
You know, your siblings or whatever, Astara and Kiorva, you know that Astara is not dead, but they are happy and well in Nerium.
Yes, I know that. How do you know that?
I told you how I know.
Yeah, it's from the future, right?
So it's not out of the question that you can also choose life and happiness back on the material plane where you know you want to go, where there's real oceans, and not whatever this loop is.
I appreciate the words you say, traveler, but getting out of here is not as simple as just wanting it. My hands are bloody as well. I may not be the one I may not be the captain around here, but I certainly haven't spoken up all these centuries as Forsentice has done the dirty work for us.
Do you think that means that you are, you should be destroyed by this lunatic that's done all the destruction? That justifies him destroying you, does it? You know what? I don't really have time for this. I'm going to cast Suggestion on him.
Jesus.
It's 8 hours. He can get out of there in 8 hours and find a nice, cozy spot.
You go to cast Suggestion, he counters spells.
Whatever.
Your suggestion. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to save your fucking life.
You're casting a suggestion spell on a major god!
To try and get you back to where you are safe. If you're so hung up that you feel like you deserve to be destroyed, and you are actively contributing to more horrific acts in the future, then are you really remorseful or not?
He takes a moment to think. He turns and there's a slight intake of breath as if he's going to speak. But then he freezes. Everything freezes. Reality shatters. This moment in time, this thread of time, where Colin stood on his ship and did nothing, continued to live and wait until the contract ended, no longer exists. In that moment of pause and intake of breath, a decision is made in his head. You are wrenched from this moment in time and find yourself floating in nothingness.
Can I have an action while I'm out here, just to save myself from dying? I know it's not my turn. I'm going to cast Fly on myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You cast Fly?
Yeah, just so I can have a bit of direction later. It's not my turn further, but yeah.
As you now have a little bit control of your ability to move.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because in a moment you hear a approaching you. You look in relation to your body downwards. There is no up down here, but you look downwards and see Zawabashi emerging from nothingness up towards you.
I try and grab him.
Later,
we can do it later.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Mallory and Daara.
Hello.
Still standing. Hello. Still standing. Barely standing. The two of you have both been dropped multiple times, and you're the only ones left in this battle now. You see Forsentice begin to change. He's floating in the air, shudders, and he drops a couple feet closer to the ground. You, Mallory, who has this connection to him, you feel some of these other magics he had within him start to falter. They've not left him completely, but are shuddering in and out of existence. Time has been messed with again, and he both at once has the power of Colin and Mortgrin and Backwell and Wickerless that he forcefully took from them, and at the same time he doesn't. They keep disappearing, and he is struggling within himself to hold all of these paradoxes together. Forsentice loses that ability to be seen from the front no matter what angle you're looking at him. He becomes physical again. Those perfect holes where the Eldritch Blast were thrown become ragged and bloody. He has flesh, but you still have your connection to him. That reciprocal whirlpool of chaos and order. Mallory, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
So I'm going to start just walking towards him, only 15 feet, because I am so exhausted and so tired, and just barely hanging on. And like using this connection that I have with him, I want to like I can feel him like losing control of his power, and then the magic he's using around the space, and I'm like, how is he doing this? And I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Yeah.
To dive deep into his mind to find out where did he learn.
You cast Detect Thoughts. Immediately, that surface level thoughts, you hear choirs. You hear angelic voices praising him. And you hear this chant through his mind, not his own voice, someone else's, telling him, you will be the only god. That is the way of things. That is the order of things. You are the god of order. Put this right. Put things back into order. The order is that you survive. The order is that you are worshipped. The order is that you are God. Going through his head, that surface level. You wish to dive deeper into a specific memory.
Yes, I do. It's DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
From him?
Yes. Would I be able to use my Tides of Chaos to make him have disadvantage?
So with disadvantage, he has a pretty high wisdom. He has a +9 to his wisdom saves. He rolled a 9 on the die with disadvantage, giving him 18.
Which is not enough.
To this wisdom save. His other roll was an 18 on the die. If he had...
I'll roll for the Wild Magic Surge. 55.
Oh, 55 for the Wild Magic Surge. Yeah, let's get...
For whenever you feel like it.
55, your hair falls out but grows back within 24 hours. You... immediately.
Just magic around, and I just step, and just all my hands just
All your fur.
Naked rabbit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Daara is the only one here to witness it. Like, just bleeding, limping with her weapon in her hand, looks up to just see a bald Mallory from top of ear to toes.
just struggling, coughing up blood.
That's not right. I must be dying.
You into his mind. You see him in his office, where previous memories have been witnessed. Going through the normally perfectly ordered office is in chaos. Every book has been pulled down from the bookshelves as he looks through tomes of old forbidden magic. Because of course those who keep the order need to know about these awful illegal things. That's how you keep order. So he looks through his tomes of forbidden magic, and you see him find the spell. Well, the ritual to step between the universes, between moments of time, to reach through time itself and to make changes. You can see exactly how the ritual is done, and that knowledge you hold. You can also see it requires an immense amount of power. It is beyond level 9 magic. It is the magic of major gods themselves to manipulate the fabric of reality. You don't know if you possess that power, but you possess the knowledge, having dove into his thoughts of how it would be done.
Cool. So as I'm back and I'm just, looping towards him, can I find, like, any way that I could, like, almost disrupt it with this connection between us?
How to disrupt?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a way to disrupt it. You have this reciprocal connection with him. You are pumping energy, magics into him, and he is pumping it back to you.
Order and
Chaos
chaos.
and order. And you think back to your lessons with Bazzellian Kicklighter, and the spell Kicklighter wrote for you, where you could take some magic, and in the moment after it's cast, magic that did not originate from you, could change it. From fire to ice to lightning to thunder. You were taught by Kicklighter on a very basic level to reach out to magics that did not originate with you and change its nature, its very being. And that same concept, that little thing Kicklighter taught you, with the powers you now have, you could reach into this ordered magic that he is sending to you and change it into something else.
I was gonna say, can I, like, is the Wisp of Time, like, where he first cast the spell, like, nearby? And I could, like, in the moment he cast it.
But
it's, like, was it still being cast? I could still do it.
That memory of him start casting spell is the closest wisp.
Yeah.
You would need to throw yourself down and reach, or potentially jump off itself, but you would not even need to roll for it. It would be the first thing you touched.
Well, I'll use my bonus action to rabbit hop to give me that. Just
amazing.
Just leap off the side.
Leap off the side, and immediately...
And then use my reaction.
Yes.
To cast Mallory's Magic Misfire.
And you shift. All of that ordered magic being funneled into creating this little pocket universe. You change it. What do you do to it?
Oh, it's just pure chaos now.
Pure chaos.
And nothing makes sense.
The world begins to fall apart. For Zawabashi and Sprig that are flying around amongst the wisps all begin to disappear. The stars in the far horizon go out. The sounds of whatever combat there is disappears. You are truly floating in nothingness.
Flying.
You go whatever direction you want in this directionless, endless void. But you do see a somewhat familiar face begin to fall towards you. Familiar in that is your friend, but unfamiliar in that he is completely bald now.
They turned Mallory inside out.
Oh no, I did this to
He
myself.
turned himself inside out.
What the hell happened?
Someone catch me, I'm so close to dying.
I don't even know if you...
Forsentice screams, this retching scream that you feel vibrate through all of your bodies as reality collapses. He lands on the island. The island begins to collapse away, just bit by bit disintegrating as all of these wisps of memory, all of the future disappears. And Daara, you are left alone. There is the ground beneath Forsentice and the ground beneath you. And that's all that's left, all that exists in this realm. Forsentice uses his turn in an attempt to hold this universe together. How do you use yours?
I want to use a bonus action to summon Flame Blade.
Amazing.
I'm going to do it at level 3. I want to obviously get to him so I can stab him with it.
Yep.
Can I also use my Venomous Strike cantrip to imbue the Flame Blade with poison damage as well?
Fire and poison mixing together.
Yeah. Is that allowed?
Yeah, does that your venomous strike causes you to
I
attack?
have
doesn't
to
it?
immediately attack.
Great. Yeah.
Well, I'm running and jumping across this void to reach him. I'm going to cast my cantrip Venomous Strike on my Flame Blade and immediately stab him with it in the face.
Daara,
Yes.
can you roll your attack, please?
I was also going to action surge, so I could do it twice.
Then you want to action, let's not wait, do you want to just do it twice?
Oh yeah, I'm doing it twice.
Roll 2 d20s then.
19 plus 6?
19 plus 6,
Yeah.
that's 25 to hit.
That's the first one. 7 plus 6 for the second one.
7 plus 6 is 13, is not enough to hit. But your first roll of 25 is.
Okay. That's 16 damage.
You leap across the void. Emptiness beneath you, roiling green and purple flames in your hand. Forsentice, manically looking around trying to hold his godhood together, looks up just in time to see you come down with the blade. Where and how do you hit him?
I want to slice him across the face, and if he's gonna die, I would like the top part of his head to diagonally slide apart from his face.
You slice diagonally through his head. There is a moment where nothing happens, where the body is in full shock. And then the blood starts to pour. The feathers drop out of his chin one by one. And as the last feather of his feathery beard falls away, so too does the top half of his head. And Forsentice drops and begins to fall, as does Daara. For there is no ground left to land on. And she drops into nothingness to join the rest of her party. Zawabashi, Sprig, Diggins, Mallory, and Daara, you are in nothingness. Unsure whether you can ever get out.
Oh yeah, sorry guys, I kind of made it all chaotic, so this is... I don't know, this is kind of what my insides always feel like.
Oh, did I do this? Did I fuck this up?
No, this one was me.
Oh, what'd you do?
So he was making it all try and run it with order magic, so I switched it, so it's just chaos.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, but also we're probably trapped here forever.
Can I check my palm for the coin?
The coin is still in your hand. And it begins to shine with the light of the moon. In this nothingness, you see a small explosion. Silent, just a little bright glimpse on the horizon. The 4 creator gods appear. As you know, when a major god dies, they don't disintegrate. Their parents come to collect them. And you see the creator of Forsentice, the world we know. This Mother Earth style figure. This short, curvaceous woman dressed in dark greens and lively earthy reds and oranges. This explosion of colour. The desert rolling across her stomach, red dirt and trees sprouting through her hair. Reaches a hand out, and from the darkness, a young Forsentice, just a child, emerges and takes his mother's hand, prepared to go back to the time before he existed. And as you look at the creator gods, like I said, that coin in your hand begins to glow. 4 of you and the 4 creator gods. You lock eyes with each of them and they smile at you.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Mallory.
We know.
Oh, that's... And you... I don't know who you are, I'm sorry.
The The bald tan man introduces himself as the sun. The woman dressed in all the blacks and silvers introduces herself as the moon. This earthen woman introduces herself as the world we know. And then this impossibly tall, lanky man, like a fine, lengthy suit, introduces himself as that which lies between.
Hi. I have a question. What was there before you?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
How did you come about?
I don't know. We just started.
Interesting. Who created the creator gods?
I wish I knew. It's one of the few things I don't know.
Sometimes things just start, you know?
I think it might have been distance. That was the first thing that was created.
What do you mean by that?
So when I fucked up. When I fucked up, I went all the way to the beginning of the beginning, and then I bounced back.
What was there?
Wait,
Absolutely nothing.
Before then? You were there before then?
Wait, did you create everything, Zawabashi?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, if you were there before...
No.
You went to the beginning of time,
Yeah.
and you were there, and nothing else was there.
No.
And
Like,
then,
you might not have meant to. I'm not meant to do a lot of things, but they happen.
Did you accidentally create existence? Are you the creator of the creator gods?
No. No.
But we can't be sure.
Sounds like this is your creator gods.
I turned to all four of them for help.
You seem distressed with the idea that maybe you started everything. I'm not saying it's true or not, just
Right.
why does that distress you?
I don't know.
Solinar was born a human man, then became god of everything. Don't be too humble. It could be what happened.
I mean, we don't know because we weren't there.
But
we
you
know
were.
something had to change for us to start. And I would say a monkey falling through time and hitting the very back of time and distance and space itself that'd be a change.
I need a minute.
Wow. You thought you failed, but you created everything. Well done, Zawabashi.
Yeah.
What is happening?
That's good. Good for you.
Yeah, great work. I appreciate it.
Maybe they'll let you have an individual room now that you're the creator of everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dad?
No, it'd be like great-great-grandfather.
Or like great.
That's probably good we didn't
What?
marry.
I was going to say.
If the creator gods, if the great eight are our parents, and the creator gods are our grandparents, he's our great-grandfather.
Grandpapa!
Great-granddad Zawabashi.
Yeah. In the beginning, there was an ape.
Who fell
That's
against,
how evolution works.
who fell against nothingness, left a dent through which something could crawl.
Even creationism starts with a monkey.
As you all debate, by the time you finish debating this out and calming Zawabashi's panic attack, you look to see the creator gods are gone.
Ah, crap. Sorry. Oh,
But-
got distracted.
I hope no one else had a question for them.
You hear the voice in your head, Zawabashi. Heads or tails. And when you look at the coin, one side shows the 4 creator gods. The other side shows the 4 of you. Just as you have gained power from the major gods above you, this coin contains a little bit of power of the creator gods. Enough to become them yourself? Probably not. Enough to fuel the ritual that Mallory has just learned? To shape just a little bit of time and reality? Absolutely. If you're willing to accept it and the consequences that might come with it. People have died. Gods have died. A vacuum has been left in this world. Prayers are being sent out to gods that no longer exist, but that magic is not being accepted by the universe. Arcadia is in ruins, and thousands of minor gods have died. And along the way, some of you have desired certain powers for yourself. Here in this nothingness, with this coin in your hand, you can make the decision, heads or tails, to either let the Creator God step in and set all of this right in the way that they see fit, to close all the paradoxes and the holes, and to put things onto their so-called natural order. Or the four of you could take a chance at making some decisions and shaping this world for yourself.
I show everyone the coin. We've got a choice. These guys, these four, can fix it. I mean, all of this, from the sounds of things, put things right where they went wrong, but in that sense,
I mean, will they put it right where it went, or will they just put it back?
I think it's just putting it back.
Well,
Right.
I think you probably know better than them, since you're their creator.
That's why they gave you this coin to decide.
But I don't know how to do it.
Well, it's
I
a
mean-
coin. Do we even make a choice if it's a coin and we flip it? Or do we choose and just place it down on a certain surface?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of magic in it, and I could recreate the kind of spell that Forsentice was doing to try and, reshape the world.
Daara, what do you think?
I think we've come too far to palm this off to someone else to fix. I think that it is now our responsibility to fix all of this.
You can do this, grandfather. Great grandfather.
I can't fucking do this. Mallory's the one.
You can make this decision.
You would all be doing this
I would,
together.
I definitely need your guys' power as well with it. I can just make sure we don't blow everything up forever.
That's probably good.
Which, I mean, is also an option. I don't want to take everything off the table. We could just end reality as it is.
End reality?
Okay, by most of the silence, besides Sprig's thinking about it.
Well, I mean, like I
But
said, don't take everything off the table. It's
Yeah.
What do you mean by end reality?
oblivion.
Well, I mean, if I really fuck up the spell, I'd probably just end everything.
Oh.
So, like
Let's
I said,
do it.
that's a
Let's
thing that
try
can
it.
happen. So
So
the look
you-
you're giving me, Zawabashi, that's a hard no. on that.
No. Is that you just have to start the spell, and in starting the spell has the chance of it fucking up?
Well, no, I know how to do it, but I could intentionally fuck it up and end everything.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that's something that I could
Right.
make happen.
Sprig, why are you considering it?
I don't know. He said don't take everything off the table. I don't know. Is reality so great? I don't know. I'm just considering.
I mean, you were there when there was nothing. How was that?
Was it nice?
Nothing. There's nothing.
Okay.
How did it feel?
I was scared. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just kept falling, and
Okay, let's take that. We'll take
Fine.
destroy
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
table.
Yeah, I reckon let's
Then-
give it a go. You can do this. We can do this, Mallory.
Yeah, it's all of us together.
no one's
we
lying
just-
to anyone. Y'all are married. I mean, look, y'all know that I'm not gonna lie or do anything of the sort. Being all of these other gods. Well, actually,
I
sorry.
trust you implicitly.
But I think the question is, what do we want to reshape everything into?
Do we need to make that decision now? Or do we-
Kind of, yeah. I mean, there'll be things that we could have it set up that we have to work on things later, and that's what we'll be doing. But we need to have a rough idea of what we're gonna.
Well, what if we just recreate?
What
if we recreate Arcadia?
We can
Bring all of those minor gods that have been sent to war. I mean, bring everybody back. And
I was thinking, do we bring everyone back? There's no war for people to go to, and we open up travel between Arcadia and Nerium, and gods that want to go down can.
I
People
agree
that
with
want to
that.
stay.
I definitely agree with that.
Do we need Arcadia?
No.
I suppose it's a place for
Why
I
be
think
separate
it's-
from them?
Yeah.
The original 8 were with them until they got petty and left.
That's true.
They helped and served.
As my domain, I would say just unleashing everyone at once on the mortal realm would cause a lot of
That's
chaos.
also considering.
I would be very busy.
That's the idea of recreating the minor gods, right? There are only like 15. How many are left? How many minor gods were in our battle with us?
Oh, less than 100.
Yeah. So
Minor gods will be born out of their own necessity.
Yeah.
The people who have passed on will probably come back just by virtue of someone praying about
Remember
it.
Benioff?
Yeah, should we?
People have their own ideas of what.
Yeah, maybe we bring back everyone we can remember.
Which would mean Mrs. Fleming's coming back. Just fair warning.
Let's not overthink it.
So here's what I'm going to say. If you guys are choosing to accept this power, you will each get one say in how the world is shaped. The idea at the moment being that if you did nothing, you would return to a world where the Naramese pantheon existed, the Arcadian gods. They were slaughtered en masse. Some of their major gods died. You don't actually know how many of them. It seems you made some change, but you don't know what. Sprig Diggins, by going back in time, you made some change, but you don't know what. Arcadia is in ruins, and that pantheon still exists. And also this religion from overseas, Solinar, its people have lost their god. Archcliffe was still all these things that happened have still happened. If you do nothing, you would each get one say in how to reshape Arcadia and Nerium going forward, or to undo. Do you accept the power?
I vote we should
Yep.
do it. Something.
Yep. That's all we're voting for right now, is that we will do it. What we individually do later is up to us when the time comes, but let's... Are we all on the same page that we're not giving it to the 4, we're going to do this decision making? Yes?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
As soon as you all agree, you find yourself standing on ground once more. The coin has disappeared from Zawabashi's hand. You are not standing in the chaotic chunks of floating earth that Forsentice had created. You are standing in a field, like that where the major gods were born. White sky above, warmth and endless fields, like the realm of Astara, the goddess of life. And between the 4 of you, you now all have the power to change this world, have ascended beyond any of the major gods that you once so desperately envied or wished to know greater. We have the person who knows the ritual for changing reality, alongside the goddess of creation herself, the god of stories and histories, and he who may very well have created the creator gods themselves may have started the universe into motion. I'm going to do essentially an initiative roll now, but rather than your initiative score, all of you pick your highest stat. It's d20 plus that modifier.
Like-
Alright, what did everybody roll?
I got an 18.
18?
17.
10.
I got an 8.
You're standing in this plane. Mallory, you are first.
Mario will begin to be doing the spell. As soon as the four of us form a circle, place our hands on each other.
Yep.
Not that Sprig.
Later.
And begin to envision a world that they would want to see. And Mallory's journey has very much been about this chaotic magic that has been in him, learning to control it because he couldn't control it, always assuming that it was bad,
Yeah.
but coming to that realization that it's just a thing, it's a force of nature. It carries no alignment.
Yeah.
It is neither good nor bad, nor lawful, or not even neutral.
Yeah.
It is a thing. It will do as it does.
Yeah.
And just want a bit more of that. By which I say a bit, a lot. And Mally will just almost just unleash all chaos magic into the world. It will seep into people, into objects. It will just do what it does. Some people who were just normal people may become sorcerers now. There may be more enchanted objects. Some people will just get a bit luckier in life. Some people may have a bit of harder time, but by pushing through it, they'll grow stronger, better for it. Just
Amazing. The chaos magic of which you have spent your life subsumed in, just nothing but chaos around you becomes the norm. And by spreading it out over that greater distance and amongst more people, the pressure eases on you somewhat. And by spreading that chaos out, it means that magic, once for those of power, or those of great learning, or those of exceptional circumstance, is for anyone and everyone at any moment, even at times when they're not expecting or necessarily wanting it. But it is there at all times. You have made your chaos magic part of the weave of this universe itself. Brilliant.
Top that, motherfucker.
Zawabashi.
I want those that have passed away from our adventure, if they choose to come back to this realm.
People have died in this adventure if they choose to.
If they choose to.
And suddenly the field is populated with thousands of people. All of the minor gods and major gods and humans, mortals that died in the course of this adventure, spreading out widely. And you see, speaking to each of them, this spectral Zawabashi, giving them the option to choose to return to where they've come from, or to come back to life. Daara.
So, all Daara has ever wanted was to be able to bring life into the world. She came from this, inability to smell flowers, and now she is a creation god. And the first time they went to Nerium, she was finally able to bring a flower back to life in her hands. All she wants is to be able to live in this world where she first felt that connection to nature, which was Nerium.
Yeah.
So I'm choosing to completely remove Arcadia as a realm.
Arcadia is gone forever. So all those who are choosing to come back to life, who are from Arcadia, will have to go to the mortal realm now. Everyone must share the same space, the same time. Gods and mortals mingling together, as it once was. Sprig Diggins, the one who's quested for so much power.
I don't change anything.
No changes?
No.
Okay then. You don't change anything. So I have one question for you then, Sprig.
Yeah.
This is on you.
Sure.
And if your answer is still the same. The chaos magic of gods has been shared with mortals. Those dead have returned to life, and gods now roam amongst the mortals again. Gods both major and minor. Do major and minor gods still exist? Is there still a hierarchy amongst the gods?
No, if I can dismantle that, I would. The number of worshippers is not what determines your status or hierarchy. All gods are equal, as all humans are equal.
You just are.
You just are.
Okay then. And in a blink, you return to your new home, the mortal realm, Nerium. Arcadia is gone, you have not saved it. Instead, you have created something new. The old home abandoned, now returned to. And as the sun sets in the horizon, you see lights over the walls of Archcliffe, the sounds of celebration and of nightlife unlike that you heard the first time you were there. You stand in the field where you fell the first time you came here, and begin the walk back to Archcliffe. Let's do a quick roundup, shall we? Let's skip forward 6 months. I would love to hear where each of your gods are. 6 months from now, what you're doing, who you are. Would anybody like to volunteer to go first?
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you
No one else wants to.
Yeah? Mallory.
Hi.
6 months time.
Mallory would have gone back to Archcliffe, where they would have started working with Bazzelli and principal. Was it vice principal?
Vice Principal Kicklighter. Yep.
Kicklighter, and creating a new magic school for wizards, sorcerers, clerics, druids, warlocks.
All forms of magic.
All
welcome.
forms of magic. Welcome to come learn, control,
Yeah.
better yourself. And yeah, Mallory would spend his time there helping people learn and researching magic himself. And then in the evening he'd go back where he shares a room by the harbour near where Bazzelli's tower is.
Yeah.
Across the street in a small but nice 2-bedroom apartment with his brother, the God of Love,
Yes.
who runs underneath, like right there on the water, like a very nice fancy restaurant, but and then a nightclub, and then like a cool jazz bar. Just pretty much anywhere you would go on a first date,
Yeah.
Felix runs like all of them, and they're all around the same
All
area.
waterfront.
It's just like Love District, and there's two crazy powerful wizards that that also live there, very close by. Like you'll often see Bazzelli out with Bazzelli at a different thing each night.
Yeah, I mean, it's the misfortune of having your house so close to Bazelli's tower means it's probably a misty stepping distance. So there's no privacy. If he has a thought, he's immediately misty stepping into your bedroom.
Oh, hi, Captain.
I was just having this, all this chaos magic, how does chaos work? It gives you something when you least expect it, right? So the way to get the strongest amount of magic would be to not expect anything ever, right? If you expect nothing to ever happen always, then always something good will happen.
But now you're expecting it.
Fuck. Shit! Missy steps away again. You look out the window and you see him arguing.
I just cast a message across. I'll see you tomorrow at school.
Good night, Mallory.
Good night.
Until 3 in the morning when you know he's going to teleport in again. No, I figured it out this time.
And that, by usually every night, by the second or third wake up, I'm so, I Misty step downstairs to hang out with Felix.
You hear Bazelli's muffled voice in your bed. He's Misty stepped in, but not realised you're not in the bed.
Yeah.
You've just got a little rabbit mannequin that you put in, and he's just...
It's got my little recorder thing in it.
Yeah.
So it's I can check my messages from Bazelli.
Check it when he's like, okay, what if I make another version of myself? And they're like, Bazelli, you've already got 4 versions of yourself, I know. But a 5th one, but I don't give it my brain. Now, he wouldn't expect anything, and would therefore be the most powerful wizard of all time.
That one's not bad, I'll make a note of that one.
You teleport downstairs to where Felix is, who lives at night time now. It's the, from sunset to sunrise, he lives in those hours where lovers are going to take risks, and he's just cooking up a little meal as hey, Bazelli keeping you up again?
Yeah, he might be onto something this time, but
Oh, well, are you happy, Mallory?
Yeah, no, things are good. This is... I don't know, I'm not terrified I'm going to ruin everything all the time, and I get to spend time with you and my other friends, wherever they are currently.
I know where they... I have an idea.
We both know where they are. We don't need to say it.
to say it.
Because we both know.
No.
I think of life in Arcadia, and it was so exciting all the time, and this is just a little bit quieter, and you don't trip over things as much as you used to, and
I've seen
Big
you
band.
actually trip over something now.
I
mean, you tripped into a very beautiful person.
Yeah,
But still tripped.
Still tripped. Oh, are you happy with something a little quieter?
Yeah, it's nice.
He pours the pasta he's cooking onto a plate and flings it across the room like a frisbee. To you. Boom, bounces off the counter. Flies directly at you. Can I get a dexterity saving throw from Mallory?
15.
You catch it.
Yay!
You don't spill a drop. And you don't burn yourself.
I cast Mallory's magical misfire to just change the source slightly.
He's...
I know you're already cooking this, but I'm more in the mood for this now.
That's fine. And you sit down to dinner with your brother in your shared apartment. And life is good. Who wants to go next?
I'm happy to go next.
Daara.
I think that Daara is really leaning into her roots, that being Astara and Kiorva, life and death, and I think that she becomes almost like a ferryman,
Wow.
for both creation and death. So not literally sitting on the river Styx ferrying people, but she appears to a mother giving birth who's really scared and doesn't know what's going to happen, and she's like, hey, it's going to be okay, you could give him new life, She also appears to, an old man laying in his bed who is about to take his last breath, and she holds his hand as he passes over. And I think that that's she acts as that kind of guiding light for people on both ends,
Gives
you know?
company to people who don't have it at the beginning and the end.
Yeah. Not just people, but for animals as well. Anything that experiences a birth and a death.
You're walking through the streets of Archcliffe one day, and you feel something warm in your pocket. Just a little tingle of warmness, and then it gets hotter and hotter. When you reach in, it's the coin from Kiorva. And as you close your fingers around it, you appear in a graveyard, like you once did in a conversation with Kiorva long ago. And there she stands. Hey, bud.
Hi.
Looking good.
Thanks. So are you. Nice outfit. Where'd you get it?
I was born with it. I've heard of some of the work you're doing. I think it's great. Being there for people at the end who don't otherwise have something. People for things, for anything. I think it's great. And I think that we don't need multiple gods of life and death roaming this little mortal realm. You know what I'm saying? And out of a little cottage on the edge of the graveyard, Daara opens the door, walks out, sees you, she comes rushing over, pulls you into a big hug,
I love her so much.
gives you a kiss on the cheek.
I hug her back.
And she goes and she stands with Kiorva, hand in hand.
Don't go. Please don't.
They turn and smile at each other and say, we have gotten so much time on this realm. So much time with the mortals. Getting to be there for life and death. Daara walks forward, wipes a tear off your cheek. And we've wasted so much time not getting to be with our family. Getting to have family. Have a family, you know? We were the last two left on this plane, so we were there for everyone. And now there's so many of you running about. It's a chance for us to move on. See what comes next. And, well, she reaches out and grabs Kiorva's hand again. We didn't want to be alone when we moved on, so
You need me to take you.
if you'd be so very kind.
Okay. I can do that.
Kiorva and Daara stand on either side of you, take one hand each. And they go for a walk through this graveyard, down a dirt path, through a field, and into a little forest by a lake, where the creator gods stand, alongside Verissa and Forsentice, next to Mortgren, next to Wickless. All these gods that have chosen not to come back. You smile at all of these children. You feel Kiorva and Daara, these tall, confident, beautiful women, holding your hands, and in a blink, they're gone, replaced by two young girls, children in black and pink dresses, who go running. They run halfway across this clearing, stop, turn back to wave and blow you a kiss, and then run to be with their family. Shepherded by the one person who could possibly stand where they stood, who could give the love and the warmth and the connection they tried to give to every person at the beginning and the end. The person who couldn't smell the flowers, and now loves more than anything the mortal realm.
Cool, I'm fine.
Zawabashi, Sprig.
I think... I don't know, it's in this weird place, because it's like, okay, wealth and individuality. We haven't had any time to fuck around with that, because it's always been fighting and shit. So I think for a few months, he's just kind of been enjoying himself. Going talking and hanging with people. Getting up very early, but going to bed very late. Very much settling into the groove more of who he is. But in turn, very much listening to a lot of the struggles that a lot of people are going through. And just wanting to try to question their own thoughts. And be like, why are you thinking that? Just a walking psychologist out here. Walking Oprah.
As opposed to Oprah, who famously doesn't walk.
Get carried around on a little bit.
Yeah.
Just finally being able to discover who he is and enjoy that and find comfort in that, and then be able to help those who might, I mean, depending on, like, we're all equal being, like, whatever godhood there is. If people are like, well, I know that was / minor god of this thing, but I don't know if I'm that anymore. It's like, okay, well, what do you want to be? And helping them switch, change, and grow into who they want to be.
You throw yourself into helping people, discussing, talking. And that is rewarding work, absolutely. It's hard not to feel sometimes, though, that there could be more. There's more learning to do, more to discover about yourself. That this little city of Archcliffe, as wide and sprawling as it is, only contains so much. So many people, so much knowledge, and only so much help that can be given. And one night after a dinner at Mallory's house, as you're walking back to your lodgings, you hear a voice coming from the deck of one of the ships on the docks. Zawabashi, I see there.
Yeah?
You look up and you see a pirate captain standing upon the board of a ship, on the deck of a ship. The hell are you still doing here, Zawabashi? This little city.
Living it up?
Living it up? Oh, god of drunken wisdom, living it up. No, that's not what you are anymore, is it?
No, not anymore.
No. What do they call you these days? Zawabashi. God of,
Not really God too much. Just Zawabashi.
Just Zawabashi.
That's enough.
Well, I'm just Colin. And, that's enough for me. Captain Colin now, actually got myself a crew.
A whole crew?
A whole crew, absolutely.
Yar, yar, yar.
That's one of them. I just taught him how to say R and he won't stop. He just keeps
That's pretty
going.
good.
Yes, no, that's good. That's good, Jerry. That's good.
Do you want me to throw you like a dictionary or something to help him out?
I mean, if you've got a pirate dictionary, that would be great.
I've
I've
actually
actually...
to make one.
Look, Zawabashi, I'm going to be honest, I've not done much sailing myself. This is... You know, the ship sort of sailed itself when I was out at sea. I put on a confident facade, but... this is just my voice. This is how I speak. I never learned how to be piratey.
Interesting.
You know, I'm ready for a new challenge. What about you?
What are you looking for?
Looking for some good company on a long voyage to places unknown. Places that we gods of Nerium were never allowed to go. Heard there's all sorts of different people on the other side of the sea. All sorts of different problems. Different cultures and languages, currency, ways of thinking, but at the end of the day, still people. God, I'd love to meet some of them.
You just want to sail on the seas with your whole crew, and is this like a little invitation?
It's a little invitation if you'd accept it. If you won't accept it, then it's just a joke with just two blokes talking, and that's... You know, no one gets hurt and it's fine.
someone who's working at one of Felix's establishment sees someone putting themselves out there and like just starts playing music in the background.
Oh no, it's not that kind of. It's not romantic.
Yeah,
Huh?
sorry. Oh no, we were
I get paid regardless.
That's
Oh,
fine. I
okay,
actually
yeah,
love
that's
this
fine.
song.
Yeah.
I love this song. It's a great one.
a lot of people out there. I suppose I just turn around and look around to this place. After being there for 6 months, chatting with enough people. Yeah, fuck it. I'll look over, and at the top of the boat, not underneath it, because dear God, I'd throw it. I toss my portal to very coolly just slip on up through it.
Wait, that's a permanent hold.
Correct.
In the boat.
He's doing up high.
Yeah.
Up high.
Up high.
Wait, what? A hole in what?
In the boat.
At the top bit of the boat, so you can't. It won't sink.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was worried you're like, fuck it. Hole in the boat.
No, I'm not gonna put it at the bottom. I'm putting it at the top.
You could have just said no.
The next morning, as the sails are dropped and the wind blows and the ship starts to pull out of the harbour, you watch this long dock, this pier, start to rush past the ship. And you've almost cleared it entirely, when out of an alleyway between the stores comes a man with 2 suitcases in hand, sleeves and bits of clothing hanging out between the bits of the suitcase, running. Wait for me! Wait!
Oh shit! Turn the fucking ship around! Kevin, hang on! I slip through the portal into the water and start swimming back.
You slip through the portal, start swimming back for Kevin. Kevin reaches the end of the pier. The ship is just starting to pull away. What do I do, Zawabashi?
Jump in the water!
I'm scared!
I've got you, don't worry about it!
Kevin looks at his suitcases. Looks at you, looks at the suitcases, looks at you.
Toss them in, you can float on them!
He tosses the suitcases into the water. Looks back at Archcliffe. I'm gonna get out of this place. I'm gonna get out of this place. I'm gonna get out! Leaps off the end of the pier. There's a moment, anime style, frozen in air. 360 camera, hits the water and starts swimming towards you.
Yay!
And finally, Sprig Diggins.
Yeah, Sprig, spent the first couple of weeks in Archcliffe just spending time with people, spending time with his acolyte, Jeffin, setting him up a little bit more, helping him become a cleric so that he can continue working in Archcliffe. One night, with having dinner with his spouses. Guys, I'm going on a tour. I'm going on a world tour.
What's a tour?
Where like a musician will go to different cities and perform in different cities.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
that's fun.
Yeah. I'm heading off. I won't be... It'll be a while. But eventually, yeah, I'll make my way back eventually, but I'm going to do a world tour.
Cool.
That's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
I'd ask you to write, but I know you won't.
I'll
I mean, you can send.
I'll do sendings.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can let me know what he says.
Yeah.
I can send to you.
Yeah. And
Oh.
then you can reply.
That's
Oh, sick, okay.
Yeah.
You only got to
Every
reply.
night before I go to bed, I'll call you both just to let you know how I'm doing and, to say goodnight,
That's awesome.
as good spouses should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell Zawabashi I
Well,
did so. Yeah.
Every month. Or
Every
so,
couple,
we'll
yeah,
let
just let him know.
Zawabashi,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
you going?
But yeah, I'm off right now.
Have fun.
Right now?
What?
Yeah. The
Have you paid
carriage.
for dinner?
No, no.
Okay, we'll cover it.
Thanks.
Right?
Okay.
Do we have money?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the carriage is outside, and I'm
shit.
heading off to the next big city, which I believe is Aglia, is the first city on the stop. So that's where I'm headed.
I just get up and hug you.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, group hug.
Yeah.
Also, remember, Mallory, get a duck.
What?
Get a duck.
Oh yeah. I gotta head up to Benioff with a duck.
Why do you have to get a dog?
Oh, I can get a wish spell.
Oh.
Was it a duck or a nice wooden duck?
It was an actual duck.
Oh.
Bring an actual duck.
I'll bring a nice wooden one as well. They're
Cool.
always nice.
Yeah. And those are my parting words.
Your final words, get a duck.
Get a duck as I head off into the carriage and begin, a trip out to Aglia.
May I ask, have you reconnected with Diego, or is this
No, but Benioff is one of the stops. So eventually, I'll stop there. Yeah.
Cool. Let's fast forward into your tour.
Yeah.
A little bit then.
Sure.
The name of Sprig has gotten out. God of just stories.
God of art and stories.
Art and stories.
Is Backwill still around?
You've not heard anything.
No. Well, then I'm.
Do you think you would have tried to have reached for that extra?
No, I think Sprig is assured that he is the god of art and stories, and left it at that.
Okay. You've toured for months, gone across Nerium, seen from coast to coast in the north and south. You have seen everything. Whilst Zawabashi is off seeing what the other continents have to hold, you have seen the entirety of Nerium. You've been up to Benioff, reconnected with Diego whilst you were there. Doesn't seem like a long-term relationship is there, but there's a night spent of passion. Whether you're able to spend the night with him as himself, or
Yeah,
whether...
absolutely. Yeah, we're not doing that again.
not.
Coward.
And
Once was enough.
You're on one of the last stops of the tour. You have... do a performance check for me.
I just rolled my portents dice just to see if I could fuck with one of them. Was in that 20.
28.
28.
Can I give my portent nat 20?
You could give the portent nat 20.
34.
You have amassed quite the following. Sprig Diggins has become quite the star in Nerium. And while he may not be the major god of poetry and stories as he once hoped, because
There is no major.
there are no major gods, you do have a love and respect for your art and a freedom to do whatever you want with it that you never had before. Which, in some ways, is perhaps all you wanted all along. You're at the point where you're interviewed one day, just before you go up, in a tiny little town called Blackhearth, one of the last stops on your journey. Tiny, but people have come in for this. You have a following, unwashed people in carriages following you from town to town to see your shows. And one night backstage, just before you go out, you're getting this interview. It's a young man, sort of floppy, dirty, blonde hair, about 5'8". All his features have this level of forgettability about them. They seem so generic, this face is going to be forgotten minutes after you've said goodbye and gone on stage. So, Sprig Diggins, god of stories and heart, musician traveling to this small town. Tell us, what inspired you to go out on this tour? First of its kind.
Well, I just felt like everyone deserved to hear me. I just didn't think it was fair just for the people of Archcliffe, to be the only ones to hear my music.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. And we all really appreciate all of your fans.
You're welcome. They're all welcome as well.
Everyone appreciates the work you've done. Do you think this is the end of your story? This is the end of Sprig Diggins?
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not.
I hope not?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with stories. They don't really ever end.
No. And are you happy with how this one has turned out?
Yes, reasonably satisfied. I think we did the best we could, and the outcome is, pretty good. I mean, I originally, I had other wants and desires, but I think this is better.
I agree. I think this is a good outcome to the story. Couldn't have written it better myself.
We've never really met before, have we? This is our first meeting. This is a bit awkward.
No, it doesn't have to be awkward.
What do you think of the songs that I've been playing? Do you like them?
I do. I really like them, Sprig. And I wish that we'd gotten to spend more time together in Arcadia,
But you were too stuck up. And you didn't come and listen to any of my stuff, and, you were too important. Plus, you had the whole God of Order thing. Yeah, I get it.
You think that's what I was doing? I was just...
I have no idea what
stuck
you were
up.
doing. You had nothing to do with us little people. Sorry, I'm not bitter.
I'm
not bitter.
I was writing stories. Sprig. What else do you think I was doing?
I don't know. You weren't around.
I was writing stories. Rewriting stories. Taking old stories, freshening them up.
Yes, Daara told me about one where you removed yourself and the other gods from a storybook and just left Forsentice in it.
Yeah. Daara told you about that?
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, it's almost like the story of Solinar when you take the other gods out of it. Someone who didn't have much power ascending to a greater amount of power that they probably never should have had in the first place. That sort of story gotten in the wrong hands, who knows what could have happened. Put that ice story in someone's head. Suddenly a whole order could come crashing down.
Right.
I didn't like how the story was going to end. Us just rotting up there in Arcadia forever. So I wrote a new story.
And you thought that one would be preferable?
What, the one where the most arrogant of the gods suddenly gets an idea in his head that the true order of things is for him to be on top, loses his mind, starts slaughtering people.
Yeah,
A couple of minor gods saved at the last minute on a statue of Astara. They live another day and get to come back and take it all down. What, you don't think Astara saved you? She's not been in fucking Arcadia for centuries. No. Who do you think saved you on that statue? What did you think when you saw me rewriting that storybook? Who did you think was the voice in Forsentice's head? Telling him the real story. He said it to you over and over again. This is the story. You guys did a great job. I really have to commend you on that. Great job.
Is this how you envisioned it ending? No more hierarchy of gods. No minor, no major.
Yep. This is pretty much it. And with me getting to live out a mortal life as just a writer. If you're upset about it, you can kill me now, but I am mortal, you're just taking a...
I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you.
Good. Well, I think that's all the time we have, Sprig. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
No, thank you. Yeah, it's been enlightening.
It has been.
Good luck.
You too. Backwell gets out of their chair and walks out of the room.
Holy
The
shit.
stage manager comes in. You're on in 2 minutes, Mr. Diggins.
Oh god, maybe I need to do some rewrites. This changes things.
Tom Stoppart's almost finished his set.
That's him
You
singing.
hear an applause Jeffin comes off stage, wiping sweat off his brow. I think I did pretty well out there, Sprig.
All warmed up?
Oh, yep. I'm now warmed up at the end of it. Yep. Oh, the audience, yes, they're warmed up. They're definitely warmed up for you, sir.
All right, let's do this. So Sprig heads out onto the stage. Hello! And then looks on the back of his bazooki to see the name of the town he's currently in. Black Hearth. Hearth? Hey! He begins to play. There's lots of verses of this, so I apologize.
No, you don't.
In the start where it began, for creator gods made a giant bang. The sun, the moon, the stars, their children they create. Gods with their own purpose, major gods the eight, to build upon the surface a brand new land for them, a land called Neriam, to live among the men and dwarves and elves and others, and dwelt with them a while, until their minds turned vile and vanished in style from the mortal world. Forevermore, how could the mortals thrive, left alone to work it out without the help of forgotten gods of Arcadia? For centuries since that day, another plane entirely hid themselves away and built their own society, though two had stayed behind to care for their creations, prove that they were kind, and serve their little nation. No matter what the strife, a flower or a knife, they both were death and life, Kiorva and Astara. Their love was real and true, as was their love for you, though legacy was screwed by their deceitful brethren, who came up with a lie, that one had killed the other and waged endless war against the many gods of Arcadia. New gods soon sprang about from every little corner, with powers or without. They were labelled the miner, a poet bard named Sprig. He felt it was a pity his calling was to jig and write more than small ditties. His roommate was an ape, a friendly rabbit mate, an elf with wild shapes. They were destined for something. The darkness came to town, Arcadia fell down. Before they all could drown, a statue sent them tumbling off to Neriam. The form, the hair, the elf, the eight forgotten gods, all the way to Archcliffe, gods of Arcadia. Archcliffe was a bust, the people sold, and it's only one to trust. Preston, our last priest, Diggins played some songs, the best they all had heard. Guards that came along and ended up quite dead. Friends helped them with their plight, Jeff and the acolyte, vice principal Kicklight, and also Captain Bazillion charmed and fired the mare. Some angels then appeared, they vamped away from there, the frozen norths to explore a relic from their gods. Once they find it, they can return back where they came from in Arcadia. They wandered through the snow, the monkey now a teddy, creatures from below with black smoke. They were scary, then up popped two new friends, one a handsome halfling, the heroes of Benioff, the other a moody tiefling. They took them on the town to meet Father Gascon, and then they got their party on and summoned their own deities. A rabbit brother came, a shadow sport the flame, Sprig Diggins the acclaim took himself a tumbling in the hay that night. A confusing time was had by him, far more than he had back when he was in Arcadia. Our gods were temple bound, they scaled the snowy heights, then they went underground. The trials they would try, some learned secrets deep and almost killed a brother, other gambled steep and came up with another. His name was Felix too, a trial for them to do, whom to kill, to save or screw, from their friends and from their enemies. Some married and some fucked, though Felix ran out of luck, but the gods all came unstuck and found themselves a-tumbling to the place where it began, in the font of creation, face to face with the last gods of Arcadia. A corrupted group of gods guarding ancient relics, Riesinger, god of love, looking quite angelic, with a star as aid. They vanquished off the darkness, knelt, and then they prayed the relics for to harness the powers more than a few major gods anew. Then to Archcliffe they all flew and saw it was in trouble, and Bazzelli sent them off. In the multiverse were lost till they landed less than soft before the gods behind it all. Solinar, god of all, whom they convinced to step aside so they can fight Forsentice and bring peace back to Arcadia. At the end of the world, travelling time and space, Forsentice was no more. Daara split his face, the world had been remade. Chaos chaos all about, with certain things now change. Light removed the doubt, the dead had been brought back. Magic is now all stacked, and they had been unwhacked. Both gods and the mortals, Arcadia is gone, Nerium all alone. Gods are all as one, equal with no major, and here to serve their friends. Now we live with you all, bringing joy and hope as we were back, as the gods of Arcadia. And as the audience goes wild for Sprig Diggins, as the salty sea air whips through Zawabashi's fur, as Mallory sits in a candle-lit restaurant owned by his brother, listening to the crashing of the waves, and as Daara stands in a small bedroom by the side of some young mother bringing life into this world, that is where we will end this campaign. Thank you all so much for listening to Forgotten Gods. I've been your Dungeon Master, Bradley Ward, and joining me around the table are John Frino.
Hello and goodbye.
Alex Perritt.
Goodbye.
Adam Armitt.
See ya.
And Lee Omodei.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Forgotten Gods. Subscribe to our Patreon for more behind-the-scenes content, and follow Adventuring Portal on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with everything. For more on what we're doing outside of podcasting and in the world of theatre and comedy, check out Rising Arts Productions on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello! Just giving a big shout out to all of our Patreon members, being Alex Cuff, Samantha Sweeting, and Emily Hess, from the big love and spirit of Kevin Langley. Wherever the road may take you, I hope you get there.
This has been a Rising Arts production.